RWBY is a
thing.
that has become quite big on the internet. I was able to avoid it quite a bit,
On accident, mostly.
but now everywhere I look, I can't help but see something from RWBY. Being honest, the first time I took notice of it was the Hades riffs of the first episode. I thought it looked cute, but nothing I would really want to watch the whole way through. Then, cut to a year or so later, after I forgot about that Hades riffs episode, and also after the unfortunate passing of the creator of RWBY, Monty Oum, when I was watching Death Battles, Hercule Satan vs. Dan Hibiki.
Still torn up about the previous death battle.
And the ending showed that Yang was entering Death Battle. I got curious about this character. Admittedly, it was probably because of boobs, but who knows. I could have just been curious about the character. Admittedly, though, it was probably because of the boobs. Anyways, that day I went to see what this show was all about. I got done with it in about 2 hours, and I absolutely loved it. The good thing with RWBY is that it's seriously short. For most shows, I say give them about an hour before passing final judgment. For a 20-minute show like My Little Pony or Gravity Falls, this means about 3 episodes. For a 40-minute show like Doctor Who or The Flash, I'd give it about 1.5 to 2 episodes. For RWBY, however, the time on each episode changes, and they are very short. And I did the calculations, and it adds up to about, episode 10. But hell, maybe some of you are whiner babies and can't stand waiting an hour. Person in my Skype group chat, you know who you are, and you know how you made me mad. And now I'm involving you, and chances are you're watching this because likely I sent it to you. RWBY is an anime-inspired show that follows our main character along with her sister, a cat lady, and this bitch, as they journey through what I can only assume is the worst place ever. High school.
I wouldn't know. I don't go.
And they have to stop some evil bad guys and yada yada yada. If you're watching this, you have probably seen the entire show. Or only some of it. Or you're that friend I mentioned earlier. But if you haven't seen it, go see it. Or if you've only watched some of it, go see the rest of it. I'll be spoiling this show like a motherfucker. But before we get into the show, we must talk about the trailers.
I didn't watch any of them until after I watched the entire series.
At the time, the series was the first 2 seasons, and even then I only watched Yang's trailer until just recently, and I actively avoided Weiss's trailer until I finally caved in and practically forced myself to watch it.
Yeah, spoilers. I'm not a Weiss fan.
I'll get more into that when we review the first season, so stick with me until then, okay? Anyways, we ain't even on the first season yet. We're on the trailers, so let's take a look back at the RWBY trailers. First up, Red. Let me start off by saying that this is my favorite trailer, and quite a bit of that has to do with the song. Red Like Roses is my favorite RWBY song, and Red Like Roses Part 2 is not far off. It just sounds nice, and is very calming, which is my type of music. On top of that, we got basically a summary of our 4 main characters, or at least that is the first part of the song. By the time the Grimms show up, it kicks into high gear. The music in this show is usually very good, but this song takes the cake as my favorite. I simply must give credit to Jeff Williams and Casey Williams for it.
Any relations?
But this isn't an analysis of the songs yet. So let's take a look at the actual Red trailer. We start off by staring at the moon, the not shattered moon. This trailer was probably more of a concept trailer than anything.
They probably didn't even have the idea for the moon yet.
But the moon is something that appears in every single of these trailers, so what do I know? We then get a few shots of RWBY standing in front of her dead mommy's grave. very important to note that Summer Rose is in fact dead.
Or is she? I don't know. It's just a theory. For all I know, that woman could be named Mrs. Pop-Tart or something. So anyways, what was I talking about? I'll figure out later.
Red trailer!
Oh, right!
So Red Riding Hood here leaves the grave and walks off through the woods. Slowly. Very slowly. Ever so slowly.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you're just fucking with me here.
And then a suspicious grim thingy passes by. Not sure if it's just small or way in the distance.
But I don't trust it.
And we also get a bird thingy that flies overhead. Probably a bird thingy. Looks like a bird thingy. I don't know. Maybe it's Tarzan. Could be an Evermore, but it could also be good old Uncle Crow. Because he might be able to turn into a bird. Maybe. Look, man, it was just an odd shot, okay? So anyways, she runs into Beowulfs.
Oh, yeah, you're so subtle.
And she beats their asses. She kills all the beasties, and there are Beowulf parts flying everywhere. It's a really good fight scene. The only problem is I don't have much to say about it. It's a fight. The end. Crescent Rose is a badass as always, and it probably would have been a lot more awesome.
Yeah, if I didn't see it in the show about 1,000 times.
So, yeah, cool fight scene. And bullets are dropping like flies. I hate flies.
So, we go from my favorite trailer to my least favorite trailer. Nothing against it, it's just, I hate Weiss and I am incredibly biased.
Not really, but the trailer is just not my style. Weiss has one of my least favorite fighting styles in the show. While I don't dislike the fighting at all, quite the contrary, it's just too clean. Also, out of all the trailers, Weiss is the one to get hurt the most.
Come to think of it, actually, Ruby is the only one who doesn't get hurt.
The golem thing, slices her face open, giving her a scar across the eye.
Meaning, she can become a Disney villain.
Scar! Brother, help me!
Long live the king.
The song that plays is Mirror Mirror, which is actually pretty good.
It proves that she's based on Snow White, so there's a plus. The Black trailer is the second worst trailer, but it's still pretty good. It follows Blake as she and her, well,
Let's just say, abusive, terrifying, borderline rapist mate.
Adam, raid a Schnee train. Seriously, I literally just noticed that was a Schnee Company train. And I can thankfully riff on this one since it actually has dialogue. So yeah, they're just running. Dum-dee-dee-dum-dum-dum. Oh look, there's that train I mentioned earlier. And now they're going onto the train. Now they're going into the train.
Looks like we're gonna be doing this the hard way.
Oh, 10 out of 10. Absolutely wonderful.
Not only was the quality of that line bad, but the acting was atrocious and the line itself was just stupid. That was such a poorly done line that I think I have to replay it.
Looks like we're gonna be doing this the hard way.
Just perfection.
Don't be so dramatic.
Oh, that's what you took out of that line. Dramatic. To each their own, I guess.
So let's talk fighting. I'm a fan of duel fighting, and this is pretty sweet. It's all slash slash slash, bang bang, super cool stuff. But let's not only talk about the fighting. How about the song?
It is bland as f***.
This is probably one of two songs you will hear me give a dislike towards.
The other being When It Falls. You're gonna have to wait until Volume 3 to hear about that one. Nah, 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 nah.
So they go outside and back inside.
Perfect. Move up to the next car. I'll set the charges.
Oh, Adam. never change. Changes in Volume 3.
So, Adam and Blake get attacked by this spidery robot thing.
Which I have nicknamed Bill.
Bill kicks the cat out of them, and then...
We need to get out of here.
Ask and ye shall receive. Now then, don't ever ask me for anything else. Ever again. Never do that.
So, Adam asks Blake to buy him some time. She does, and then it's all up to Adam to give his confusing semblance attack. I mean, seriously, does the world turn red and black with the moon that wasn't even there before for everyone? Just these two? Does Adam see it? Does only the person he's using it on see it? Does it look this way from an outsider's perspective, but only if they look at the attack? But this also highlights a big problem I have with this trailer. This is the black trailer, right?
Why is it the black trailer if it isn't Blake who gives the final blow?
It's Adam. I wouldn't have much of a problem with it if it wasn't the black trailer. This trailer really doesn't give me what I would have wanted from this trailer, which is Blake doing her thing. But, well, it isn't just a Blake trailer. It's also a backstory for her. So I can't really get too mad.
However, despite all my ranting, there is one thing that stops this from being my least favorite of the trailers.
The other trailer endings are good, but this is the only one that's great. Seeing Blake's goodbye to Adam was kinda sad.
If you don't take into account Season 3, Episode 11.
I will make it my mission to destroy everything you love. Why must you hurt me, Blake?
Man, remember that episode? What a fucking creep Adam was in that.
Anyway, back onto the ending. The music build, along with the silhouette of Blake drifting off, is damn near fantastic, and I also absolutely love it. Though, I had to wonder, what the hell did she cut to make the train cars separate? Couldn't have been that thing, since it's way too far to reach. Maybe there's an invisible wire or something? I don't know.
Either way, an amazing ending to a decent trailer.
Alright, it's high time we get to my second favorite RWBY trailer, Yellow, otherwise known as Yang's trailer. We start off with Yang riding her motorcycle Bumblebee.
Which is both the name for best ship and the name for her motorcycle. That is awesome.
She walks into the club where we get this awesome image. Right before we see the most fabulous villain on the show, Roman, talking with Junior, one of the least fabulous villains of the trailers, I guess. He isn't ever really a villain in the show, actually. But here we see the first sign of the really irritating part of RWBY, at least of the first season.
Strawberry sunrise. No ice. Oh, and one of those little umbrellas.
Just wait for it.
Aren't you a little young to be in this club, Blondie?
Aren't you a little old to have a name like Junior?
Wait for it.
So you know who I am. You got a name, sweetheart?
Yes, Junior, I've got several. But instead of sweetheart, you could just call me Sir.
The dialogue is just bad, for the most part. There are moments of good dialogue, but a lot of the time it's silly. Really silly. Also, pay real close attention to which arm is grabbing Junior's nutsack. Real close attention. What I'm saying is Yang gets her arm cut off in season 3.
People say you know everything. Tell me where I could find her and I'll let you go.
Listen, Blondie, sir, if you want to make it out of this club alive, I suggest you let me go. Now!
Considering how Yang just walked in here and assaulted a dude, not that far a stretch.
So then Yang proceeds to demean Junior, though through some embarrassingly stupid lines, and then she says they should kiss and make up. So Junior takes this offer,
I would too.
and she then punches the creepy pedo through a glass pillar thing. The music proceeds to build, and we get Yang's fighting style. I f***ing love Yang's fighting style. She prefers to fight, hands-on, let's say, and is a total badass while doing it. The fight scene is also really amazing. Hand-to-hand is usually fun, but hand-to-hand, gun, sword, and I'm assuming something else somewhere in the mix, is also pretty fun and awesome to see. And it's also set to mirror mirror, which is surprisingly works well for this fight.
Look out! Bear's got a machine gun!
Bam! Knocked out. And then, oh goodness, it's practically the equivalent of Adam talking for this trailer.
Melanie, who is this girl? I don't know, Milsha, but we should teach her a lesson.
So then, we get an awesome fight between Yang and the Malachite twins set to From Shadows.
Yeah, still not feeling it.
But hey, this fight is still pretty great.
Aside from this part. Stop dancing and throw a fucking punch!
Then, Yang swings Melanie around and kicks her in the face.
Ugh, I can almost feel that.
And then, Junior pops back up and we get the next best thing to Red Like Roses Parts 1 and 2. I Burn. I freaking love I Burn.
And it gets me pumped up with girl power each time I listen to it.
I get what I want, so I burn and just watch me
Out of the sun, you feel my fire, pyromaniac, my desire.
Yeah, there's a reason it's not my favorite RWBY song.
Other than that, the song is pretty awesome. So, the fight with Junior is also pretty damn sweet, and Junior seems to be rather competent. But he makes one fatal mistake. He rips out Yang's hair.
Bad move.
This pisses off Yang so much that she smashes him through a window. And oh look, it's Little Red.
Yang? Is that you?
Oh, hey, sis!
What are you doing here?
The delivery of that line legitimately cracks me up. Not even a bad one. Wasn't even poorly delivered. It's just funny.
Anyways, let's check on the moon again, and oh my gosh, that's a really cracked moon. So anyways, that was the yellow trailer. Super fun, practically the exact opposite of the red trailer, and yet almost as great. Not as great, but almost as great. Yeah, out of these, I definitely feel like the red trailer is the best. I got a real feeling of a calming atmosphere, even when RWBY was fighting the dangerous Beowulf. I could just sit by and chill while watching it. Even if I'm not in the mood to chill, I can still enjoy a fun and awesome action sequence with some awesome music. The yellow trailer is fun, super fun, and it fills me with girl power, but nothing I would relax to, and just enjoy watching all the time, because it's super energetic and just too much fun to calm down during it. The black trailer is just kinda disjointed. I can't really relax to it, but I can't really get the fun I had with the yellow trailer. But that ending, super good. And then the white trailer. This one is a bit too calming if you ask me. It kinda puts me to sleep, which is not bad. I'm not going to praise the red trailer for doing this, and then criticize this trailer for doing the exact same thing, but I kinda get bored watching it. Weiss's fighting style doesn't impress me, and she's just kinda dull. Still though, it's a good trailer, and I recommend it. Of course, you've already seen it, so I don't have to.
Unless you're an idiot and you're watching this, in which case, you're an idiot. Why are you watching this?
So yeah, those are my views on the RWBY trailers. And stay tuned because we got a lot more RWBY to come. I'll be reviewing every single volume. I'll try to get them all out before Volume 4, but I should really stop making promises at this point.
So, gentlemen and ladies, until next time, I'll see you then. Possibly.
To